Yeah, ladies, what's going on? We're here. We're back, and we are at 250 episodes. That's crazy. Quick math in my head. That guy, that's Matt Fernandez. Hey, buddy.
What up, man? That's like baby age. You're like, oh, we're 25 episodes. No, we're 250.
250, bitch.
Yeah. How many
That's my
months
baby.
is
He's
that?
28 months old. What?
Right. My grandpa died. He was 614 months old. That other guy that's probably better at math, right up there. You see him. That is John J. Murray, everybody. Touch him as he walks by.
Yeah, go ahead and grab my dick. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Full permission. Full permission.
I really wish we weren't in the same room.
You didn't have to tell people we were in the same room. It could be a different studio.
No, I feel like it'll be important for the deposition.
I'm happy to be here. I'm well rested. I spent the weekend camping in Pasco County. Yeah. I got to take in some nature. The only downside, I mean, we got to eat hot dogs roasted on the fire. Got to do s'mores. Those are the important things. You get drunk a little bit at night around a fire. Only bad thing that happened is there was kind of a mess in the public restroom at the campground, and I'm going to just tell you real quick what I think happened. Okay, I think somebody went in there. They maybe had a stomach bug or something, and they shit their brains out into one of the toilets to the point where it got clogged up. It was one of those. And then they were so embarrassed and anxious from that happening that they decided to shoot heroin and then leave the dirty needle just on top of the shit.
Man.
Yeah. So that was a classy move from whoever did that.
Where'd you camp? In the back of a Walmart?
It was Pasco County.
I was going to say Pasco County. That's pretty par for the course.
And I got to see the fucking. I was in the next morning, and I got to see the park ranger discover that.
Oof.
Yeah, and I felt for the guy too. I really felt like he went into the stall, and all I heard was, and then he just stood there for like 10 seconds, and then he went out and he went to his little golf cart, and he got like a Gatorade bottle and those like tongs grabber things, and I was like, oh, he's done this before.
I like to imagine they drop their heroin needle into the shit, like when you drop your phone in the toilet.
Yeah,
and you're like, fuck, do I even want that back? Do I really need that?
A good time to go to rehab, Like
Maybe I should get my life together.
This is a sign. Yeah, definitely. That's so funny that that you did all that for the weekend, because I had a similar weekend. I actually I was out in Pasco County, and I stopped and took a shit at a campsite. I don't know if you. It was crazy, dude. Anyway, I'm feeling good. Losing weight.
That's what I kept saying the whole weekend too. I was like, guys, I really gotta take a shit. I mean, shoot heroin. I mean, take a shit. Yeah, take a shit.
What are we drinking? Well, hopefully John's drinking some Imodium.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. He's drinking
so
an
itchy
AIDS
right now.
cocktail.
Are you guys? Is it itchy in here?
He's leaking. Well, I'm drinking a delicious Florida Man from Cigar City, and I won't stop drinking them until they sponsor our show.
Yeah, keep doing it.
God damn
Send
it.
the check, Cigar City.
I got one from Wicked Weed Brewing, and it's Pernicious IPA.
John went to the same gas station I go to.
Yeah, I did. I was like, Matt said this is a good place to go, and I knew he was going to get the Florida Man, so I decided to get this one.
Yeah, man, $3 tall boys. You can't beat it.
$3 craft tall.
$3, yeah, craft tall boys.
I was gonna grab a beer, and then I was yawning like crazy right before we got on air. So I just refilled my Dunkin' Donuts cup from this morning, and I'm just drinking a little black coffee, baby. And then I'll have a good beverage later. Later on. I got a little drunk on Saturday at a charity event, and a work charity event for the radio station. And I don't get day drunk normally anyway, like noon day drunk. But some rich lawyer friend just gave me like some really expensive whiskey, and he goes, "Here, for you, buddy." And I look around and I go, "Good Lord, man," And then I get a really good buzz, and then after that, you're like, I need a couple of 40-ounce beers.
What was the charity for?
It was called Down to Bowl, which is it's a charity for the Tampa Bay Down Syndrome Society Association. They do it every year with the radio station in Drew Garabo.
You got so drunk you blended right in. I love it.
I was good, dude. I was actually very good. I was proud of myself. Normally I get a little tipsy and I show my ass, like I go to weddings and try to run across across Gulf Boulevard and get murdered.
Johnny
by
almost died at my wedding.
No.
I know, so fun. He almost died at his own wedding too.
That's true.
Yeah. I almost die at every wedding. I almost die a lot, but one day it's gonna be real though. Woo, can't wait. But yeah, I ended up. My wife had to drive, and I'm like, good Lord, dude. And I didn't show my ass, this is a big like step for me to be able to get drunk and not embarrass myself. You know, like that last thing we did at Side Splitters for the Three Ugly Mugs with the movie roast. I don't remember any of
That was
it.
their fault.
Well, they shouldn't be
Serving big
gulp-sized
beers.
They're serving 32-ounce high lies or something. Like, come on.
I drink a lot of them too. Yeah. My wife said with the last 10 minutes of the movie, I was just yelling inaudible things. It's like, sorry. Were people
He
laughing?
would like take the microphone away from me and just yell something and then hand it back. Let's
Sorry,
not hand him
dudes.
that anymore.
I apologize. No, but it was good. Then I went to a food truck and ate some of the best wings I've ever had. If you're ever in Seminole Heights, stop by Woo. It's WU. And it's like a Korean fried chicken type food truck. So good, dude. Very, very good. So
Yeah, the Korean fried chicken and Asian or Filipino fried chicken, very excellent. We got a Filipino fried chicken place in town now, and I think it's called like Tang's or something.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, the Asians fry the chicken better. There, I said it. You know, it doesn't matter.
Don't say that. We're gonna get people mad at us if you say that.
It's
Get
just
mad.
different. They fry their chicken different.
They use rice flour and it's crispier. They marinate their chicken well. They know what they're doing. They own chicken. Okay, just let them have it. You know, I know there's gonna be certain people that are gonna be upset by this, but you win, Asians. Your chicken's the best.
I got one of those fucking meal kits. I got one of those trials. You know, the meal kits. They send you all the ingredients, and then you make some shit, and it's supposed to be like easy, and it only takes 20 minutes. You know.
Yeah.
And they sent me the free one, and it was just frying chicken breasts from scratch. It was fried chicken sandwiches. Like, this isn't fucking easy.
No.
Like,
I mean, fried
for
chicken's
one-
not that hard.
Well, for one, I already know how to do it, but it's a huge pain in the ass. Which is
It's
why,
messy.
Yeah.
Why would you,
You
fry
gotta do eggs.
breast?
You gotta do flour. You gotta do cornmeal.
I don't know why. Yeah. For one, if you're gonna do a chicken sandwich, you do fried thighs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I don't know. I'm not buying. I got the free trial. Not buying it.
Yeah. No, breading chicken is the bad part. Frying, it's easy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The drop it. Yeah. If it came pre-coated. Yeah.
Did you guys ever do the shake and bake as a kid? Like help your mom out with shake and bake, and it's like it's supposed to be like fried chicken. It ain't, but it's still delicious. But you just throw it in a giant bag and shake it up, and then the commercial was like some dorky little girl, and it's like it's shake and bake, and I helped.
You know, it's always soggy on the bottom. Shake and bake's all right. It's always soggy in one spot.
I never got to help cook when I was a kid.
You never got to
My
help?
mom would just be like, "Get out of the kitchen. You're too big. You're taking up all the room. Get out of the fucking kitchen."
Your big ass feet, get out of here, idiot!
I can't wait. Till
I'll call you when it's ready.
I can't wait until I'm legally able to not feed you anymore.
Right, 18 years old, get the fuck out.
Get out of here.
It is nice. It is nice when they get old enough that they feed you once in a while. Like Zane picked up the tab the other day at the fancy restaurant. I was like, look at
That's
this guy.
fancy.
Nice.
Yeah, he looks like the type of guy that would pick up the tab at a fancy restaurant. You know, he looks more successful.
Looks like
than
the
you
type
or
of guy
me.
that would choke slam you and give you a tombstone pile driver.
I will say
He looks like the Undertaker.
He looks like a friendlier, handsome Undertaker.
He does. He looks like a friendly Undertaker.
my son looks and acts exactly how I would if God was better to me when I was younger in life. Pretty much.
just a nicer human being. Yeah,
Nicer, better looking, more successful.
likable.
If God wasn't such a fucking asshole.
Dude, for real, man. What he did to me, like how he used magic and gravity against me the way he's done over the years. It's crazy that I'm here, honestly. I think
trying to
I'm
hold
only
you down.
here for his pleasure. I'm here. So he's got a hobby. He's like telling all the other gods up there. He's like, dude, you believe this fucking guy's still alive, dude? Watch this. Fucking flat tire.
Well, you're gonna be alive for a lot longer now because you're doing the Ozempic, right?
No,
one of those?
idiot.
One of
Are we
those?
not supposed to tell people? Are we allowed to
Are
tell
we not
people?
allowed to talk about it?
I feel like that's an OSHA violation. You're not supposed to tell people what
are you
medicine you're on.
talking- No, I'm losing weight. I got a B12 shot the other day, John. You fucking weirdo. Just because somebody's losing weight doesn't mean they're on drugs all the time.
He's doing it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah,
Steroids.
Cocaine. yeah. Cocaine and steroids.
He's gonna get all puffy.
Hey, I'm chasing my slaves out back.
Whoa.
How old fashioned are we doing? Anyway,
Super old.
I like how he won't cop to Ozempic, but he's gonna like cop to being a slave
Chasing
owner.
slaves.
Yeah.
An
Jesus.
attentive slave owner. He doesn't let him get away.
God, you crazy. It's like asking a lady what she weighs, man. Come on, you're getting way too personal with that. Good God.
I thought they were sponsoring you. I thought you wanted to talk about it.
I wish if I could get Ozempic, the company, to sponsor me, you know how rich I would be, dude.
He could
Good
get Big
Lord.
Pharma to be part of this.
Yes. Could you
Yeah, that'd be pretty
imagine?
fantastic.
But look at these like celebrities that get sponsored by Big Pharma. It's like they're already rich, but goddamn, Travis Kelce's like, I got 2 shots today. I'm like, he just got 2 paychecks from Pfizer. You know, good for you. You know, it's like you could shoot me up live on TV with whatever you want for enough money.
Yep.
How much? What, like $100? Get that heroin needle out of the toilet.
I was gonna say, dude. He's like,
Welcome to Fear Factor.
We're gonna put Ozempic in you with a shit heroin needle from
Shit
Pasco
used
County.
heroin needle.
Aw, that's nice.
Cheers
What's
to
your side
Pasco
effects? Hepatitis C. Oh, okay.
Yeah, death.
It's not bad. So yeah, the big thing that happened over the weekend, and this is sort of a sports podcast, sports and beer. The NFL Combine. You know, we get a little bit of NFL action, a little bit of news from the NFL, and we get to go watch a bunch of young men in their tights. You know, participate in, you know, skills and jumping and you know, medical tests so that we can you know, have an auction or however.
There's nothing I love more than watching young men display their strength.
Yeah. So
Do
that
they put him
we
through like
can-
one of those airport scanners so we can like see all of them?
Yeah. So that a bunch of billionaires can go, he's mine. It's my turn. My turn. I
My
want
turn to
him.
choose.
Give me him. Okay. He will be mine. It's kind of weird. No.
I didn't watch much of the combine. I did watch a few fantasy football draft combines, which are pretty fun to determine fantasy football draft order. So it's like a lot of guys like doing beer bongs and then doing like a dizzy bat and then like, you know, falling down and tearing their ACL. Pretty
No,
entertaining.
the NFL Combine is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
It's pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah. It is kind of wild though, because, you know, I have seen a lot of players at the combine where I go, I think that guy would be great for the Bucs, or I think that, and they don't get drafted by the Bucs and they become like superstars, and I get pissed off so bad. Like I'm like, who do
That's
we
why I try not
draft?
to worry about it too much. Yeah.
We drafted somebody before TJ Watt, and I was yelling his name. I wanted the Bucs to draft him so bad, dude. And it's not who's the one that's playing now? Not TJ.
Yeah, it's TJ.
Oh, it
The
is
Steelers.
TJ. Yeah, his brother was the other one. Okay.
JJ.
JJ. I know it's 2 J's. Yeah, TJY, when he was with the Steelers, he went like 3 or 4 picks after the Bucs pick, and I can't remember who our pick was, but it wasn't him.
Probably
And
wasn't as good as TJ Watt.
no. And yeah, that's the sad part.
I'm just
But,
guessing.
I didn't watch
Well,
Charlie.
when it comes down to it, nobody actually fucking knows. Nobody ever knows.
No, not really.
I don't know. The
It
last
doesn't
one I was
matter. It doesn't matter
about.
how detailed the fucking combine is or how good they did in college. Nobody fucking knows.
It's like an an
Not for
investment.
sure. Not
you don't really
100%.
really know what a stock or a fucking mutual fund is going to do.
Right.
I wish I could find the tape. I was talking about the draft a few years ago, and we were talking about the Bucs needing an offensive lineman, and I watched the combine, and I said the first offensive tackle off the board is going to be Tristan Wirfs from Iowa. It has to be. He's too athletic. He's too strong. It's got to be him. And then he ended up being the 4th, and the Bucs have traded up 1 spot to get him. And he might be the best draft pick we've ever made. Like, it's arguable that he is our best, even better than Derek Brooks or Warren.
Whoa.
There's a lot,
dude.
there's a lot of
Pump the
career
fucking
left.
brakes. Calm
We're not allowed
down.
to talk about dudes
Yeah, that's what I'm
in
saying.
the
There's a
Ring
lot of
Honor.
career left. Like,
Yeah.
let's see how it
Okay.
goes.
He's already got all pro at 2 positions, dude. Like, who does that? Nobody does it. All pro, left and right tackle. Derek Brooks.
Yeah, I'm
all
not saying
pro,
he's not great.
1
Hell,
position.
he's
He
That's
still has
it.
way more all pros than Wirfs.
Well, that's because he was the best at one position too.
Right now,
He was very good at one position.
I'm just saying, if Wirfs plays another 10 years and at this level, he'll have a gold jacket. He'll have so many all pros. He'll be considered the best draft pick the Bucs ever had. If he keeps this trajectory and keeps doing what he's doing, he's just too fucking good, dude. And I saw that at the combine.
Derek Brooks' mom had so much athletic talent inside of her that she made 2 of them.
It's true.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, so I don't know. I like watching the big guys. I think you could tell a lot more from all of their skills stuff. Their jumping, their bench press, and even their speed. Yeah, so you could tell who's going to be.
Offensive lineman is that's another reason. Like, I don't think Wirfs will ever, like, he's not a skill player. His job is pretty easy compared to everybody else's job. All I'm saying is, you stop that guy that guy in front of you. You stop him. You don't have to cover anyone. You don't have to run routes. You don't have to learn the playbook. You do, if it's a run play or a run play or a pass play, and that's about it.
What would you rather do for a whole game? Cover CD Lamb, or
I would
block
be dead.
Micah Parsons?
Just get hit with a sledgehammer over and over.
I know I could not physically. You want me to run with an NFL wide receiver an entire game? I'd be dead. I'd be passed out. Yeah, there's no way.
I mean, there's got to be a certain skill to just not getting fucking hurt every play.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
There's definitely a skill to that.
Oh, there's a skill. You're 6'7", 350 pounds.
Right.
It's a great skill.
It really does help, dude, when you're the size of a goddamn apartment, and you're just running. We have James in the background producing like crazy, and he's probably wanting us to move on and talk more about the players. Speaking of big guys running, and I hope we got this ready to go. The most entertaining 40-yard dash that happened at the combine.
Oh,
yeah. Do we have that ready to go, James? Can we pull this video up? Because I want to make this my ringtone on my phone if I can.
You're gonna finally replace Duval.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Good.
Yeah. There he is, Armand Mimbo. I hope we got audio with this. I hope it plays
Click
through.
full screen.
I think
without
the
audio,
Chicago Bears
yeah.
could be a spot. That's 10. That's a good start. That is athletic.
Look at him go.
4.91.
That was fast as fuck.
Yeah, dude, that's about what Tristan Wirfs ran. Here's the thing: he actually ran a 5.2, but he scared the shit out of 0.4 seconds or something. Just ran up. Is that crazy, dude?
That scared the shit out of the guy with a stopwatch. He forgot to click it.
That's one of the kids from the Down syndrome charity that Johnny P was
Stop
doing.
it! Stop it! It's mean. You're mean.
Johnny's like, I never should have brought that shit up.
It was a very nice event. Okay, you fucking savages. Okay, but you stop.
I didn't say anything. Don't loop me in.
John,
with him.
you monster.
I don't loop me in with Matt. There needs to be a disclaimer on this show that John does not agree with Matt in most cases.
God.
But isn't it more fun to watch a 300 and something pound man doing a 40 than some fast
You're
ass
right.
little skinny guy?
Fat guy sports is where it's at.
When you're
Johnny.
watching
We're gonna make
somebody
it happen.
somebody go against what they're usually doing, like, they're not ever going to run a 40. Like, that's never going to be a thing
I
for
mean,
them.
what was okay?
Just like wide receivers, watching them like bench is fun because that's not what you do.
But
What are you doing?
they will run down the field and
I mean,
get
they will,
blocks.
but that's not like their thing. That's if he ran a 5 flat 40, it's not gonna hurt his stock. You would have to run a really slow 40 time to hurt
Sure,
your stock
yeah.
as an
You'd have to
offensive
be
lineman.
like 5'5" or higher.
Yeah.
What was the average 20 years ago? I guarantee it wasn't sub 5.
Yeah, you know
not.
why? The offensive linemen used to just be fat. They used to just be
they
big,
were just like fat
fucking
dudes.
corn-fed dudes,
And
right?
they weren't even as big as they are now.
No.
No.
Like, if you go way back to like the fucking like 60s and shit, they were like linebacker size. They were like 240.
Well, yeah,
Right.
Like,
but
they weren't big at all.
They were normal guys that worked at a convenience store during the
exactly.
offseason.
Yeah.
Give a fuck. But yeah, 190-pound guard. Yeah. I remember my first year of high school football is like JV, the very first game of JV. I played nose tackle and I was like 300 pounds as a sophomore. And the kid in front of me that was playing center for Armwood, their JV, he had to have weighed 100 and maybe 15 pounds. He's like the smallest guy on their team pretty much. Maybe he was the only one that could snap the ball, but I remember like the first play, and I got my hand in the dirt, and I just look up and I see him, and I start laughing. I went, "Oh, buddy, oh no, buddy." By the second quarter, he would hike the ball and just roll out of my way, and I would just and
business decision.
like a grizzly bear at the quarterback.
Oops, I tripped.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. After the game, I was like, "Good game, buddy." He's like, "I'm just glad to be walking off the field." I'm like, "Why are you here, dude? Why are you?" There's a lot
I
more.
mean, that
people
is what's
like me.
fun about high school sports, is you could just see a bunch of crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
That is fun.
You play what you got. I mean,
Yeah.
It was fun. I accidentally tackled a Heisman Trophy winner in an exhibition game. That was fun. Yeah. So there's a cool
Who was
story.
it?
It was oh my God, why am I brain farting his name?
My
It
bad.
was
I wouldn't have put you on the
Bradenton
spot.
Southeast. He played at Florida State, I believe.
Jameis Winston.
No,
I
God.
tackled James Winston
I was
over crab legs.
Are you the one who did that to his brain?
I was 45 when Jameis Winston graduated college.
That's
No,
true.
but,
Peter Wark? Wait, he didn't win a Heisman.
No,
Chris Winkie? I don't know.
I'll think about it in a minute. It was a nice black gentleman, but I was like fighting with the center in the play, and I was just like, in a scrum in the middle of the field, and I felt something kind of bump into me. And then after the play, they were like, "Sack on the play, number 72, Bell." And I'm like, I'm in the huddle, like I didn't do anything. They're like, "Yeah, dude, like he scrambled and ran right into the side of me and fell down." So I didn't
Charlie
feel.
Ward?
No, Johnny's older than Charlie Ward.
No, it was Charlie Ward. Thank you.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
Charlie Ward. Okay.
Yes.
Yep, Bothwell for the win.
Yep. But yeah,
What high school did he play for?
Bradenton Southeast, I believe
Okay.
it was. Yeah, it was one of those Bradenton schools. It was crazy though. Like, and I was just, JV trying to play as many snaps in an exhibition game as I could. Yeah. So that's
I
my
think my
biggest
friend's
proudest moment.
sister went to his homecoming dance or something like that. I remember seeing pictures. So I'm like, oh, that's Charlie Ward.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he super nice guy. I've met him later on, and I wanted to bring that up, but I was like, I'm not going to bring it up because what a fucking loser thing to bring up. I sacked you on accident in 1988. Huh? You remember that? Huh?
He'd probably laugh it off, and then you guys could challenge each other to a foot race or something in the parking lot.
Well, I am doing a 5K in May, buddy.
doing a 5K?
So, I'm signed up. I'm doing it. I paid my dues.
Oh, you should run the whole thing like that dude who ran that 40. Just
All right. First of all, running not great for me,
Just
but
for 5 kilometers.
I'm thinking about sprinting like the last little bit just for fun. You know what I mean? Like it's 3.1 miles. What if I sprinted like the last 100 yards of it?
I don't know, man.
Probably be easier to sprint the first 100 yards.
I can't sprint
Sure.
I can't
But
sprint
you do
100
you.
yards. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do 100.
How about 40? Oh, I'll do the last.
Do your 40
Do
time.
your last 40.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna scream like that guy.
Yes.
So
People are going to be like, does he think we're chasing them?
Yeah, 100 yards doesn't seem like that far until you get to about 50. You're sprinting about 50, and then you're like, "Fuck,
Dude,
Am I getting
NFL
50?
players will like get gassed after 100 yards.
yeah."
By 50, you mean age when you get to 50. Yeah, no, it's I'm not trying to do all that. No, I'm just going out there and having a good time with it, trying to beat all the fat people. That's all I want to beat is the fat people. And hopefully I got another 30 pounds dropped by May. That's my goal was to drop at the beginning of the year. I want to drop 50 by the marathon, or not marathon. It's a 5K. It's not a marathon, but
I was going to say, I don't think you could do a marathon.
no,
I don't believe in you.
Look, I got a bum knee from way back in the day. So, my patellar tendon I tore it. I was in war, and I don't tell people about my service all the time.
Stolen valor. Real nice.
That's why they don't have sponsors. I mean,
It's true.
We talk about heroin, slaves, and stolen valor. It's like no one wants to sponsor that.
Well, thanks for helping me with the name of episode 25.
By the way, Charlie Ward went to high school in Georgia, so whoever you sacked was not.
It wasn't Charlie Ward, then. It was one of the other guys. It was definitely he was a Florida State Seminole. I'm trying to think of who it was. Maybe it was right before Charlie Ward, after Charlie Ward. Anyway, I'll think of it.
Either way, if you see Charlie Ward, just fucking tackle him. Anybody that's listening right now, watching, if you
like,
see him,
hey
just
man,
get him.
you ran into my fat friend.
Yeah, just take him out for Johnny. Take him the fuck out for Johnny.
That's from Johnny B. Who the fuck is that?
Now's a good time to tell everyone to subscribe. If you made it this far, you probably have already subscribed. But please check us out on YouTube at Matt Fernandez World.
Tommy Frazier. It was Tommy Frazier.
Tommy Frazier. Fraser, I believe
thank
it's
you.
pronounced.
All right. Oh, Jesus.
He got it. He got it.
Anyway, on Instagram at JohnJSPlanet, at Matt Fernandez
anyway.
World, at Johnny B Tampa, at
so
3
old.
Ugly Mugs, and YouTube.com/at 3 Ugly Mugs. We appreciate it if you subscribe to the video podcast that's on YouTube and Spotify. We're audio everywhere else. It's a better show if you could see us laughing at each other for being idiots.
So
Yeah.
Speaking of reasons we won't get sponsors, you want to go into my young boys?
Yes.
Did we talk about the combine enough?
Yeah, I feel like this leads right into it
Yeah,
because we're
this
still
leads
going to
right
be talking about the combine. We're talking
All
about
right, let's
the,
hit it.
Let's
the
get
first
into
quarterback
your
going.
young boys.
Nights long drives, wild eyes, find the rhythms, break the ties, guitar strings snapping, bar fights, young studs born for all night. Curbside dreams, dirt tough hands, rebel crew.
We didn't change the song.
No, it didn't change the song.
You piece of shit.
Run, kid, run.
All power breaking chains.
Callous hands and a big old dick.
Dirt tough hands.
Oh, yeah.
Can we turn it off now?
Yeah, it's fading. You can talk.
Make it fade faster.
Make it
Hopefully
fade
you're
fast.
fast enough to get away from the
Oh,
fatness.
so going right from the draft, we'll get into. I figured it made sense to take the first quarterback that everyone has coming off the board.
Well, who
Who-
needs a quarterback the most?
Oh, we'll get into that,
Okay.
John. We'll get into that. But the first quarterback everyone thinks is coming off the board is Cam Ward out of Miami.
Definitely.
He was 4th place in the Heisman voting. He had a great year. He played at 3 different schools. He actually he declared eligible for the draft last year when he was playing with Washington State, but then he decided to play one more year to improve his draft stock. Oh, I did it with my hand.
Oh, and we can see your nuts.
There you go. That's my
go ahead.
legs.
Cover your
Surprise!
balls.
I'm wearing a diaper. I just came from the gym. I won't do that anymore. You know,
I love these AI cameras. They're just like you're like, hey,
I'm
buddy,
very
zoom out.
fucking. You know, I talk with my hands. I'm like Obama in that way.
Like if you go like this, I think.
All right. Anyway, he actually started his college career at. I had to look this up because I wanted to make sure I get it right. It's called the College of the Incarnate Word.
Oh, that sounds creepy.
Which
as fuck.
sounds like where you learn spells. It
Yeah.
sounds like fucking, where you go after Hogwarts.
Yeah.
But that's where he started. It's a Division II school, and then he went to Washington State because he played a season there where he threw like almost 50 touchdowns.
Really?
He's not a rushing quarterback, even though he's black. You might think that racist, but
Wow.
he's a great pocket passer, and he's, let's see, everyone has him. I'm glad you brought that up. Everyone has him going to the Browns. Everyone thinks he's going to replace the
now I
fucking
feel
the
sorry for
the
him.
philanderer,
It makes
Deshaun
sense,
Watson.
though. The Browns have done really well with black quarterbacks over the last few years. Jameis Winston and Massage Guy. I'm kidding. It's had
I
nothing to do
honestly think it's great for him because like he's not. You can't be worse than Deshaun Watson. They just
That's
blew.
true.
They just blew $100 million on a guy who's barely played, and when he did play, he was garbage. Like if you come in and are even halfway decent, they're
They
going to
pay to
love
settle. Did they pay to settle that stuff too, or was that him?
you. I
paying
think
No, they
they
restructured.
they,
He's
they
still on
re,
the-
yeah
Yeah, they
paid
said
it,
that they're going with him. This
So
is
they
also,
paid it and restructured his deal for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
but
it's-
he's not supposed to play next year. They already said he keeps tearing his ACL.
There's a lot of
Weak-ass
teams-
ACL.
There's a lot of teams that might be willing to trade up to get to him too. Like
The Giants and the Jets have both expressed interest,
Yeah.
which is weird because the Giants have the 3rd pick, so they would only need
So
to
he's
trade
the-
up 1 pick.
He's the first quarterback going, but you think he's number one? Number one.
No,
draft
I mean
pick
he
now.
won't be the number 1 draft pick. No.
Okay.
That'll be with Travis Hunter, who we did last week.
Right. Right.
I don't think it will be either. I don't.
Oh,
Think
actually, no. Now they have that linebacker kid going.
Carter, I think his
Yeah,
name
yeah.
is going to Tennessee. Tennessee stinks. They really. I don't think Will Levis
they should take a quarterback. They need one. Abdul Carter, that's his name.
But they also need to take the best player. I don't know what's going to happen there. Somebody might end up giving them like a massive deal to move up to number one. One of these teams like the Giants that do want to take the quarterback, they might give them a bounty of like second rounders and another first rounder to move up. I've seen crazier things happen.
I just assumed the Giants were going to take Aaron Rodgers.
It's crazy because the Giants have the third pick, so they could still get Shedeur Sanders or like, a good quarterback. But the Jets have the 7th pick, so I think that they would be the most likely. They would need to move up the most to get a quarterback.
What about Las Vegas?
That's true. Yeah. I mean, the Titans need. I don't know why the Titans wouldn't take a quarterback. That's stupid.
I don't know. I think grabbing a quarterback in the first round, unless they're going to be generational, I think is more of a gamble than it needs to be. You can get a great quarterback in the later first round, second round, third round even. You can get a good quarterback. It's been proven over the years that you just got to know how to strike them. You have to have a good scouting team. But
yeah, what was Tom Brady drafted?
6th round.
6th round. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of players like that. You got to look like Lamar Jackson was at the end of the first round. Like he almost didn't get through the first round. And
Mahomes,
he's arguably,
Mahomes was into the first round too, I believe.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Mahomes went after Mitchell Trubisky, and
So you're right.
Yeah, fucking
was
who?
The 15th pick.
15th overall.
Okay, so still pretty,
first round.
mid first round.
Right. So
for what he is, that's still that's a great pick.
Yeah, it's still a good pick.
Oh, we got the greatest quarterback alive in the 15th pick. But
my concerns with Cam Ward is he seems like it's good and bad where it looks effortless the way he plays. But I also feel like sometimes because he's the best player on the field when he's playing like Syracuse or something, he just goes out there and kind of lackadaisically throws 4 touchdowns. The speed is about to double in the NFL. Everybody is a goddamn blue chipper. Everybody is a grown ass.
Well, he's going to learn on that first game.
He does have the where he went from like a Division II to Washington State to the ACC. He never like really played those like Big Ten SEC teams. Yeah. So you're right. You're not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that the translation, that's the gamble. Do you want to spend a top 3 pick on a guy that could end up being a big ass fucking bust like most of these early round quarterbacks end up being, So that's a big gamble.
Look at last year, man. Jaden Daniels made the goddamn play. He was 1 game from the Super Bowl.
But he looked like it, and he was in the SEC.
Yeah, he was in the SEC. You're right. Yeah,
he looked great.
But I guess my point is, if you think he's your guy, it's not. If the GM meets with him and he feels good about it, I guess do what you got to do to get him.
I just think you can get somebody like, look at Bo Nix. Where did he go in the teens, right? For Denver, and Sean Payton knew exactly what he was doing there. He's like, this guy is he's probably the top 2, top 3 in this draft, and I'm going to get him at number 15 or whatever you got him at. That's how you do it. They have to play into your system. Right? If the quarterback matches your system, your coaches, everything else, then you gotta get them where it makes the most sense. So I don't know. I have a weird feeling about him. I got a weird feeling about Sanders. I think there's gonna be better quarterbacks after both of them. Shockingly, I think there will be.
So who do you think the Browns will go for then? If not Cam. I
like the Browns have Jerry Jeudy proved he could be the guy, and David Njoku's like the Browns have weapons. So
right.
Yeah, if all you need is a quarterback, go get your quarterback. Just fucking. And then if it doesn't work out, you got Deshaun Watson coming back next year, baby. No big deal. You're right back in the playoff hunt with Deshaun Watson.
I would not be surprised if they went Travis Hunter there just to have this big name, a real franchise player, not just a quarterback, somebody that can really build the whole image of revamping the culture there and everything else.
Him and Denzel Ward would be scary. The quarterbacks would be terrified to throw.
Their defense is stout. They don't get enough credit. They really do. So, I mean, you got to see there. And then I would say their next pick would have to be whoever's going to replace Myles Garrett. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, as far as free agents, if they're going to go with, a Band-Aid until they figure out this quarterback situation and maybe in next year's draft, if they do go with the Travis Hunter, I mean, you got a lot of guys out there. Sam Darnold doesn't have a team. Russell Wilson, another guy. I mean, as far as like starters that you could bring in and start, they could keep Jameis Winston
starting. I mean, yeah, but not make the playoffs.
No, I don't think they expect to make.
But they're going to have fun. That's what's important, John. They're going to have a lot of fun.
Guys, Kyle Trask is a free agent, dude. They can bring him in,
gross,
and really give him a chance. You know, he could battle.
Old boy in Jacksonville has been talking about bringing him in.
Really,
Kyle Trask? Yeah, I can't remember his stupid name. All I can think of is Duval.
Duval. Coen
Great.
Brothers. Yeah.
Thanks.
It's one of the Coen Brothers.
It's fine. Yeah. I wanted him to be the head coach so bad, and now I don't even care about his fucking name.
Yeah.
No,
he's dead to me.
Oh my god, I didn't want him to be the Bucs head coach.
It's an ex you don't give a fuck about anymore.
I just don't want Todd Bowles to be the head coach anymore. But yeah,
I don't know. Like I have love hate, but I have more love. I mean, when you look at the bottom line, Todd Bowles is as many mistakes as he makes, we still win the division with him. He still finds a way to dig himself out of a hole when we have injuries every single year. We have massive injuries that like fuck us up, and he still finds a way.
I think Matt said that. I think Matt said that a few episodes ago. Like nobody's ever fired a head coach after they won the division 5 times.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, the playoffs 5 times or whatever. Yeah.
But he's a defensive coach. Our defense. I mean, they have to improve.
Our defense sucks.
That is what he's supposed to be, and.
Well, I think they all know it.
We have to improve there.
They all know it. Jason Light knows it. The Glazers know it. Like they know that this draft and this free agency is defense revamp. They will go get another receiver. They have to. And there's really, really good receivers in this draft. Maybe even draft another guard, to have some depth there. But they're going to go heavy on defense. They have to. They just have to. Yeah. So, and it's a rich draft for the defense, like for edge rushers, what we need, defensive tackles.
The mock draft I looked at yesterday has us taking your boy. Was it Jihad
Campbell? Please,
yeah, they have us taking him in the first round.
Dude.
That's a great name.
His name is Jihad, and I was like, "Oh, that's the guy Johnny likes."
I mean, remember what I said 20 minutes ago about how I lock in on 1 or 2 people in the draft that I really, really think would fit the Bucs system. I think Jihad Campbell he's my top of my wish list for the Bucs. If we don't get him in the first round, hopefully we have number 19. It's a tough spot. Last time we had number 19, we drafted OJ Howard.
OJ Simpson.
yeah. We drafted OJ Howard, who had some moments, but what a flop in the long run. And we didn't draft what's his name from Florida State, the running back. We were all screaming his name. His brother plays for the Bills. My brain's off today, just so you know.
Cook?
Yes.
Drink that coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, Dalvin. Oh, that's right.
Dalvin.
Yeah, Dalvin.
Dalvin Cook went after OJ Howard in that draft, and we were at a draft party, everybody losing our shit. So 19's a tough spot, but man, if Jihad Campbell's there too, I'm telling you, this guy will be a Pro Bowler for whoever he plays for. But man, if Todd Bowles gets him, how Todd Bowles likes to take that defensive end, that edge, and drop him back in the coverage. This guy will pick some balls off. That's how athletic he is. He'll be good.
This is a good segue right into your segment, Johnny.
Oh my God. Do I have a sounder for it?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know.
Didn't make you one.
Great, dude.
Johnny's sleeper time. Time for some sleepy boys.
These guys are just like Ambien.
What did Johnny put in their drinks?
Go to sleep. Johnny has some sleepers and they're black. All right. First one. This guy, I'm telling you talking about prototype, press corner, all the physical attributes that Todd Bowles loves in a defensive back. And this guy got MVP at the Shriners, the East-West Shrine Bowl. That's where I watched him play. And I was like, oh, man, this guy's going to be top.
Is that those guys that wear fezzes and drive go-karts and parades?
That's all they really do.
It's those same guys.
That's all I know them for.
That's all I know. I was like, I didn't know if it was the same thing. Okay.
They also sponsor a college all-star game. Yes. So, no, O'Donnell Fortune, 6'1", 185 pounds. He could probably put on a few pounds, but I mean, that's really not that light for a DB, but he can play corner, which is a specialty, but they used him a lot at safety too at South Carolina. He had a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown to tie the game against Notre Dame. That was a big game I watched live on TV. He's a guy that shows up in big moments like that, but he's also, he's got raw talent, and that's what you need. I mean, he's not the fastest. He had a 4.5 at the combine, but I mean, there's a lot of 4.5 guys that ended up being Hall of Famers. I just like depth at that safety position. I think we can get him in the 6th, 7th round. He'll be sitting there. He's ranked number 22 as far as corners go. So we'll see if his stock goes up. But that's the kind of player I could see Todd Bowles and Jason Light looking at and grabbing. And if they could get him in the 5th round, I still think it's a steal and a sleeper. So I like him a lot. He's a guy, sure tackler, and he only had 3 interceptions in 2024, but they were all big interceptions. But he had a lot of close calls, a lot of passes, defense. I like him. I think he's
everything you're saying screams safety. 6'1",
Yes.
4.5 40, not super fast. Sure tackler. That is you're all safety.
And we need that. We need that depth there. Whitehead's not coming back. He was kind of a bust, and then he got injured with that wreck, and missed the playoffs and all that. So, Antoine Winfield Jr., he's all pro, but he's also all hurt all the time. So we need depth at safety. I like that guy. He's a sleeper. He's a guy. Another one that's jumping off the page at me. I've been watching this guy now for a couple of weeks. Creepy. Edge rusher, baby, because it's all about defense for me. That's all I'm looking at. I am
want killers. Yeah.
Yeah, we need defense. We need an edge rusher. I mean, this guy, David Walker, another just standout player, and falls under the radar because he plays for Central Arkansas. But another guy that came up through the juvie, the JUCO and all that, and earned his way up into a Division I, 2024, 10.5 sacks, 68 tackles, and just a strong, manly boy. He's a problem on the edge. So he's quick. He's very low to the ground. He's got great bend, all the things you want from a defensive end. Not crazy tall, but I think that actually works out in his favor.
That's like the same size as Von Miller, and he did okay.
Yeah, but people see 6'4" as an edge rusher, and they think, oh, he's a big guy. But you don't want him to be too tall. 6'1", you can get under that tackle. You want to get that swim in there, and you get that lower leverage. It's actually better, I think, to be 6'1", 6'2" at edge if you got the speed. And this guy, super duper fast. And he's got a motor. That's what you want too. I don't like people that loaf on the field ever. And give me 52 guys that are going out there and play like their hair's on fire until the end of the game. This guy's one of those guys. So David Walker, he's going to end up being a late, probably 6th round too. So go get him, Bucks. We need all the depth we can get at edge and corner. And hopefully in free agency, we pick up some nice stuff too. So we're going to have money and we have draft capital. If we don't throw all our draft picks away on Myles Garrett or something like that, then did I see that he's going to Washington now?
What?
Myles Garrett. Samuel.
No.
Well, I think they're looking at Myles Garrett too. There's rumors flying around. So I saw that.
It was a couple weeks ago. Myles Garrett gave his list of teams he wanted
Sanders
to go to, and Washington was on it. So was Tampa.
Yeah, well, I mean, why wouldn't you want to go to a place with no state income tax and been to the playoffs 5 years in a row? Yeah, that'd be good. I don't know why more players don't consider that like immediately when you see their wish list, and I'm like, it should just be all states with no income tax. Like you're gonna make $2 million more. So
does Washington D.C. have a state income tax because they're not a state?
Yeah, I think they.
It's a city. You just get you don't get a state tax. You just get the city tax, just like everybody else.
It's a good question. I don't know the answer. I don't want to act like I know.
It's just a city.
Well, there you go. That's my sleepers, my super sleepers for this week. And I have some offensive players in mind, and I think next week I will have an offensive player in my super sleepers that I like. So
I know. We're all excited about the defense.
No, we need help.
Our offense is so solid that it's just all about the defense this draft. I mean, obviously we could always improve, but the excitement is for defense.
Yeah, we'll know more about the good thing is free agency comes before the draft, so that really helps kind of, form your draft strategy once you sign people that you need to sign. I mean, Chris Godwin's the big thing. Are we going to bring him back? You know, he's gonna probably need $22 million a year. I would say it would have been more than that, but the injuries, he keeps having these injuries. So
you think it would have been more than
that's
that?
Yes,
that's a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. If he didn't get injured, for sure.
Yeah, at least.
I mean, well, they just the Bengals just franchise tagged T. Higgins, and it was $26 million. So that's like the average.
Yeah,
for the best receivers in the league.
Right.
Evans is
he would have been up there.
What's Evans at 28, 29?
Yeah, he's up. Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, so I mean that's what it is, man. What did Tyreek Hill sign for, like $40 million a year, something stupid like that?
Jamar Chase is about to get a whole bank. They're just going to hand him the deed to a bank.
Yeah,
Jamar Bank.
Yeah. Welcome to Bank of Jamar.
Well, good. I mean, if people are getting, a lot of players are getting paid way more than they deserve. The players that deserve it need to go get their bags while they can. Especially guys that are everything to their team. Could you imagine if they let Jamar just walk? You can't. Like, it's not.
No.
He almost took they fucked him around last year. They were like, we're not going to pay you. We don't want to pay you yet. And he was like, okay, I'll just go ahead and lead the league in everything.
Yeah.
And now you have to pay me way more than you. The price is not the same as last year's price.
Right. It would have been the better. I mean, but that's.
They could have gotten him for cheaper.
Nothing makes me happier than a player gambling on themselves and it paying off. Baker came here on a 1-year deal, $6 million. He's like, just give me a chance. Fucking lit it up.
Just wanted to start. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he took a really humble deal, $33 million a year or whatever. And you look at it and you go, wow, man, what an idiot. He only that's $100 million. He's got generational wealth.
Money, yeah.
He's doing fine.
Yeah, that's the kind of humble guy he is. He's like,
I was not concerned for Baker Mayfield at all.
Like Tom Brady used to do that. People are like, wow, Tom Brady's one of the lowest paid quarterbacks in the league. He's like, yeah, he's winning rings and he's
7 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He's making up for that on the back end with cologne commercials.
Yeah, he was
fucking
probably
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
he's probably the only NFL player in the entire league whose wife was richer than him at the time.
Yeah, and plus he knew
at the time she was richer than him, but he's only one.
Yeah,
only guy.
And he probably knew that the money wasn't going to stop once he retired. Like, he immediately signed the deal with Fox Sports.
He got that Fox Sports deal.
You got $100 million for that too, or $150 million for that. Yeah, so
a lot. Yeah, so
he's good.
A bunch.
He's fine, dude. Like,
he did it right.
Guys, we don't need to worry about Tom Brady. He's gonna be all right.
Well, I mean, the point is that it's betting on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's like betting on your success.
That's what I would love to see Lamar Jackson win one, just because he negotiated his own contract. He was like, fucking agent, I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah.
And it worked out great for him. I thought that was so cool. That was just like a big example
cool.
of betting on yourself. Where you're like, no, I can do it myself.
I mean, that is cool. That's risky because
it's
shit
super
is
risky.
complicated. Yeah.
But
I
he was
remember
like,
when,
fuck that. I don't have to pay 10% or whatever to anyone.
It's a
remember
lot.
when Cuba Gooding Jr. was playing for the Cardinals and Tom Cruise came through for him?
Show me the money.
That was awesome, dude.
Show me.
And then
money.
after football, he ended up playing a gay guy on a cruise. So, I mean, you never know what's going to happen with these
I don't think
guys.
I've seen that movie.
What
movie?
I was going to say a guy with no leg in the Navy.
Then he played a guy with Down syndrome with a radio. I mean, it's amazing.
Oh, you beat me to it by 2 seconds, you son of a bitch.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Radio.
Great. That was a good one. That was a good roll.
Now's a good time to drop some upcoming shows.
Ooh.
I know, what is it, next weekend, I think? I got March 15th. I got JJ Curry and Farzan Maradi. I'm hosting in downtown Dunedin at Jack Polino's Pizza.
Great venue.
And then what is Three Ugly Mugs at the end of May? We are doing May 29th, Three Ugly Mugs together. We're doing a history of baseball talk at the Tampa History Museum.
We're also doing good old-fashioned stand-up at the Commodore on April 5th.
Both
Looking
are cool.
forward to that.
Yeah.
That's going to be good.
If you just want to watch stand-up.
City, baby.
Ybor City. Yeah, come on out.
Yeah.
Good old
And,
Ybor City. April 5th.
my next show, I'll be at a clothing optional resort in beautiful Hudson, Florida this weekend.
You literally can't come unless you live there.
Yeah.
If you'd like to come watch me, Michael Murillo, and Trish Keating
to see
all take
you
our
out.
clothes off together and do comedy at an RV resort. No, we're not. We're the only ones probably with clothes on, which is was part of the deal. They made me promise we would keep our clothes on.
We're gonna give you extra clothes.
But on the 15th,
Put you in a sack.
Yeah.
if you're not at Jack Polino's on the 15th, I'm doing a free show at the Tiki Cove in Lando Lakes, where I'm headlining that show there, and it's going to be a fun outdoor event while the weather is still nice. So come on out.
Is that the place you had like an engagement party or something?
Yes, it's right next to the
Oh,
wedding venue.
That place was cool. I
Right
remember.
on the lake. Yeah, it's cool. Manny's hosting it, and Manny Gassett, and a couple guest spots popping in, and yeah, it'll be a fun night. So looking forward to that.
I'll be at the Raleigh Comedy Festival, March 21st and 22nd.
It's Raleigh,
North Carolina.
Raleigh.
Come see your boy Friday. I've got shows Friday night and Saturday night. Look up the schedule. Find my name. I'm out there. Come see me.
You're doing a good job with the you and Steve and Henry are like the Tampa comics at all the festivals now. I mean, you guys are
I'm
killing
3 for
it.
3 this year. I've submitted for 3 and I've made all 3.
Nice.
That is nice.
Yeah, man. They're just fun. They're fun parties.
You want to peel back the curtain? Like, what's the deal with that? Like, did they pay? They pay your? They give you a room? You get airfare?
It depends on the festival. Some of them will provide a hotel, but you'll have to share it with another comic. Now, I haven't been to one yet that provides airfare, but usually they will provide a hotel, or they will give you a discount on a hotel. And then depending on the shows and like what your position is at the festival, you'll get like, a free bag of swag, and you might get paid.
Ooh.
Depends. Like I got paid for the Salem festival.
Nice.
But I will not be getting paid for this festival. It's just for funsies.
But you're in front of like tons of bookers and agents.
Right. Yeah. I get to meet people, and it's more about having fun and meeting other comics, and hopefully you get booked, later down the line.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's fun. I've only done one so far in my life, and I don't know. I want to submit for more, but the problem is I don't think people my age are submitting for festivals. I just don't think.
Sure they are, dude. Hell yeah, they are, man.
Well, I get turned down. I get turned down for 80% of the ones I've so.
Most of the time, everybody gets turned down at least half the time.
But I'm Johnny fucking B.
Yeah, I mean, 3 for 3 for Matt. I mean, that's.
Honestly, like
not typical.
I've only submitted for 2 festivals that I didn't get into.
Okay.
I because I recorded my set when I opened for Bill Burr. Like, get yourself a good tape, and no one can stop you.
Yeah,
that is true. Yeah, if you have a really And how long did you on these festivals are you submitting? How long's your tape?
It's 5 minutes.
Oh, fuck.
I just chopped the best 5 minutes out of that set.
No, that's smart though. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I need to do that. Yeah, definitely. So I plan on
the one camera shot from my special that I'm chopping 5 minutes from that and using that as a festival one, because they don't like multiple cameras.
Yeah, they don't like you to have cuts. They want one shot.
Yeah, they don't like cuts. Right. So I still have the original wide shot from my special. I'm just going to use that.
There you go.
All my shots are wide shots. Your special that you recorded in November. What do you know when or about the time?
To me?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
December.
December.
Yeah, it was December. But yeah, I got the first edit back actually like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
And I sent him a few more notes, so it's still being worked on, but it is progressing. I'm hoping to have it shopped around come April-ish.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. I was just thinking about it the other day.
Determine where it goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna revamp and reshoot what was supposed to be my special back in November and January. That got completely just shit all over by the people I was working with. It didn't come through with the sponsorships and all that. So I think I'm gonna scale it down and do a smaller venue than I was gonna do, 450 seater. I'm gonna do a smaller one and get a different film crew and just totally redo it. But I got to get it out there. I got to do it this year. I got to do it like this summer sometime. So
you got to fart it out at some point. It builds and it builds and it builds.
I'm writing so much new stuff, and I want to like just dump this hour.
You got to
and
get rid of the old stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You know how it is, man. You get you get into this thing where you want to go out and you want to have good sets, but then you're like, God, I've been doing that joke for years. I gotta stop. I gotta move on. I was watching some footage of Louis C.K. backstage with Chris Machado and Bobby Kelly and,
I saw that.
Mike Calta and all them guys when they're out at Off the Hook. Every time you see Louis C.K. in a photo backstage, he's got his notebook.
Glasses. He looks like he's reading.
Yeah, there's a scene where he looks like he's reading Mike Calta a bedtime story because they're like leaning back on the couch. But it's like this dude is one of the greatest to ever do it. And that's why this motherfucker don't just sit back there.
He's astute.
if that's one of us, we're in the green room. We don't have notes out or anything. We're like, fuck, I know my hour. I'm just gonna go out there and do my thing. Louis C.K. when he got off
I stare at the
stage,
book all the time.
I feel like Louis is working on his new hour. That's why he's in the notebook.
and he does a new hour every year. But
Every year, yeah.
But
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't remember my new jokes since my special came out. The new, like, as soon as I think of my hour, I think of that special. And then I'm like, that's not your hour anymore. And then I have to look at the joke book to be like, no, it's not that fucking old one. It's this one.
Yeah. Mine changes
It's
a
just
little
ingrained
bit.
in my head after like a
It would
decade.
be. I wish I had the material to just kill that last hour immediately and then move on to the new hour.
I mean, I do have that much material, but so if I look at what I was doing like 3 years ago, it's probably 20 minutes different than what I'm doing right now. And then I have so much material, I'll kind of like intermingle like what I, for whatever crowd I'm in, I'll like figure out what bits they have. But I probably have 2.5 hours of material. So I want to take the best hour and dump it completely and then just start filtering through and revamping jokes and things like that. So yeah, there's some inside baseball for you mother muggers out there that are listening to us. But yeah, there's
podcast
a
listeners love this shit. Like
Yeah, man.
about fucking building.
We're
building a
comedians
set.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought it was impressive. Mike Calta said that when Louis got off stage, instead of just going back, like he went out and watched Bobby's set, and then when Bobby got off stage, he went over his material with Bobby, and then he was giving Bobby like advice on like taglines and. He told him to pause on one punchline and change one word. And it was like he did it the next night. And Mike Calta was like, you wouldn't believe how much harder that joke hit with just that one little nuance that he said. He said, pause a second and then do this word. And he did it. And it was a completely different like response. That's that masterclass type shit. That's the kind of shit I like to be involved with in a comedy show when you got like some real vets around, like, for here locally, if you got somebody like a Mike Rivera or an Al Romas or one of these guys want to like give you any advice, you go, fuck yeah, give me all the advice, dude. Like, it's awesome. And we do it with other comics too. So.
Mike was at Devine and he was like, oh man, I wish I could come for the roast. And I was like, you can come for the roast. He's like, I'll be out of town. And I was like, well, help fucking Sean. And Sean was like, yes, help me. And I was like, that's a good attitude. Yes, help this motherfucker write jokes.
Yeah.
Even if you're not going to be here, you can still have an impact.
Even Les McCurdy down at McCurdy's, like one time he watched my set, and I'm super glad that he watched it because he was like, did you know that all three of these jokes call back to each other, but you don't do any callbacks? And I was like, nope, I didn't fucking realize that. And
Yeah.
he was 100% right.
Yeah, I like to sit in the back of the room and watch a lot of the younger guys, but also you guys and all of our friends, and sometimes it'll just pop in my head like a good tag or something. And yeah, you guys do it with me too. Like Murillo's given me tags over the years, people like that, and it's like, don't be afraid to walk up and go, hey man, not for nothing, your joke's good, but have you ever thought about this angle on it? And then you never know, it might really fucking click something. And
it makes me feel good when they do that tag and then it hits and I'm like,
Yeah.
yes,
yay.
And
I remember
I get something, I'll like if I use it and it doesn't work, who cares? It's not that big of a deal. I'm not gonna be like insulted that it didn't fucking work either.
I remember when I was first working that barbecue bit, which is like one of my fucking best fucking jokes.
Oh, yeah.
It was a closer for a long
vintage
time.
classic. Yeah.
Vintage.
Well, I don't even want to do it anymore. But if I don't do it, people come out to my
you gotta
show.
record it. Yeah,
They
you
get
gotta
pissed
record it.
off. They're like, I want to do the barbecue bit. I told my girlfriend and no, she didn't get to hear. But the first time I have a tag in there, the first time I did that tag, it was just really I don't know why I said it. I just said it. And I was, and JB Ball was there doing a guest spot. And the tag was, it's not gay if it's delicious. Right. And I don't know why I said it. I just said it. Well, it got a big pop. And then after the show, JB goes, hey man, when did you add the it's not gay if it's delicious? And I went, tonight. And he goes, don't ever stop doing that. That is
every other time.
He goes, that is the most brilliant tagline. And I go, I just stumbled into it, dude. You know how we are. It just came out of my mouth. He's like, yeah, keep it. And that's, to this day, I've thought about making merch that says that, you know, with like a rainbow on it, because people reference it to me a lot. So,
well, that'll be when like you have Johnny B brand barbecue sauce.
I was gonna say, like, I could see that as
it's Johnny B barbecue sauce. It's not gay. It's delicious.
Yeah.
And there's a rainbow. Yeah.
it just shows me pouring it on a dick, and it's like, it's not gay. It's
I was gonna
delicious.
say the bottle is dick shaped, and
Yeah.
you're just like holding it like this, or like right.
Yeah, don't save that for like something in Johnny B's barbecue line.
Yeah, or you're just squirting a bottle
Yeah.
into your mouth.
No, not even
gay.
in my mouth. I got one of you guys like squirting it on my back. It's perfect.
Back shots.
Ew,
You heard
but
it here
awesome.
on the podcast that doesn't have any sponsors.
Oh man.
You guys want to do the this is a fucking sport?
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Let's fucking hit it.
We're good at podcasting.
Yeah. All right. This week we are talking about, I almost forgot, but I have it written down here. It's car curling. Have you guys watched car curling in the Olympics? The winter Olympics? Not car curling.
I've watched regular curling.
Regular curling.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I mean. Yeah, sorry.
So sweeping.
It's well, no, you gotta place that fucking puck, and you gotta drive it in there smooth. You gotta push it in.
Who's getting all the love, though?
All right, calm down, Diddy.
Hey, it's gotta be slippery, but not too
Covered in lube, he's just sliding around Diddy's house.
in socks, tidy whitey underwear.
Oh.
No, so it's a lot like fucking shuffleboard, right? Where you can like knock the opponent's puck out of the scoring zone or whatever. So car curling is something that the Russians invented, and they use compact cars. There's teams of 10. So instead of sweeping, there's teams of 10. So 9 guys are pushing, and then one guy is in the compact car steering or trying to steer because
Instead of
it's very slippery
sweeping,
ice.
Okay,
they
they are
poison
still
the
on
captain
ice.
of the
Okay.
other team.
This is sounding more and more Russian as we go along.
Yeah, it's very Russian. So
love the curling.
here, let's go to the beginning.
Are those Yugos?
Yeah, they're like Yugos or some shit.
That used to be a Russian property.
I don't know. Can we get some music, James? I don't think we can play.
Oh
the
yeah,
audio. Yeah,
yeah. Any Russian music? Just
there we go. And then they just let that motherfucker go, and they all fall down.
so whoever created this didn't have a starter in this car.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of broke ass Russians pushing their shitty cars down the street.
Pop the clutch, Ivan.
Pop it, pop it.
The guy has to stand for the
They're
rest.
just smashing into other cars.
Yeah, well, you got to knock the opponent's car out of the scoring zone.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
I mean,
It's not the worst.
Because it's Russia, it seems sketchy.
The winner
Yeah, well,
gets this hot piece of ass talking right now on the video. Hell yeah.
Hello, it's nice to
Here we
meet
go.
you. Come on, we practice.
Go.
This is how we get Ukraine.
When they fall down, they have to fall down.
No, it's just very slippery.
No, I think they just can't like hold on to a car because of physics.
They're running on ice like jackoffs. Oh, look at
We
her.
win championship. Tonight we win potato.
She looks like she eats a lot of soup.
Oh yeah, they are a soup-based nation.
Oh my God, borscht! This was a big borscht. Yeah, there's people out there watching. This is dumb.
This is real dumb.
The more I watch it, it's dumb. We have demolition derbies here in America, Russia.
Yeah, where you're
and-
driving with a motor.
Just give them engines. Do a demolition derby on ice. Now that's fucking crazy.
Dude, have you ever seen the figure 8 bus races?
I have seen that. When I was a kid, they used to do that right here in Clearwater.
Yeah, dude, that's entertainment. What these fucking
Yeah.
nerds are doing isn't even
So it's
dangerous.
a figure 8, Matt. The tracks cross each other, and they're driving school buses, so they
Yeah,
just
dude.
routinely
Oh, so they just
have
smash into each
huge
other.
Oh, yeah.
collisions. Yeah.
Like 2 people die every race. It's fucking amazing, dude. Like that's what I want. I want a demolition derby, but
Their
it has to
trophy
be-
is fucking half a disco ball cut in half.
That looks
Yes.
like something from the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
Look at these guys. Unbelievable.
We win whole lifetime supply of Dracar Noir.
We have no pay, but they let us keep car after performance.
We have to fix car, but we get to keep for free. It's a good deal.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's fucking dumb.
That's one of the voices I have no problem doing. I feel like no one's gonna fucking be annoyed
racist.
by a Russian
fine.
voice.
It's totally fine.
Yeah, no.
But if they were playing Ghana and I did a fucking accent, now I'm a piece of shit. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, probably. That's a tough accent. But that's a dumbass fucking sport. Like many things, America's better than Russia. You know?
yes, 100%.
Yeah, so there.
Do we
Fucking
want to talk
nerds.
about all the Russians that play on our hockey team and how good they're doing?
Oh yeah, we're on a fucking solid win streak. I know that.
What do we got? An 8-game win streak?
Yeah, let me walk that back about the Russians. Our goalie is Russian and he is fucking
He would stop one of those cars. He'd be like, "No."
I'm too cool for that. He's they're playing outside of their fucking brains right now. They're playing like the fucking 2019-2020 Tampa Bay Lightning defense all over the place. And
this is the time of year we fucking want them to play like that too. This is not like a early fucking win streak.
Oh no, we're almost top of the division. We're a couple points out, and this will have already happened, and hopefully it's a good result. But as we're recording this, in a couple hours, they play the Florida Panthers, who have a 3-point lead on them. The Lightning have scored points in the last 10 games and won the last 8 games. And right now they're tied right now for 7th best point streak ever on the team. So tonight's game would be a lot of fun. The Florida Panthers, our biggest rival, and there's a lot at stake playoff wise. The Lightning don't care where they're at.
Two best teams, Florida teams. Crazy.
Yeah, dude, it doesn't matter.
Panthers and the Lightning I feel like they're always there at the end of the year.
They're always good.
Yes.
God.
They're very, very good. The Lightning were like the best team in the state. In the last 2 seasons, the Panthers have clearly taken over that.
Yeah.
But it's neck to neck now. I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun. Playoff hockey is the most fun. It lasts for 7 years.
Forever.
I love that it runs fucking concurrently with the NBA playoffs. It's nice because you can just, you got the whole extra season for both sports.
Absolutely. And because of gambling that I'm not good at, I'm actually paying attention to the NBA this year because it's fun to bet on basketball because there's so many different things you could bet on. So even if you don't give a shit about either team, you're still like, oh my God, I'm betting on a black dude with an Asian name to get one more rebound.
I could go back in time to the beginning of the season and bet that Bronny James would have the worst field goal percentage in the history of the NBA. It seems like such an obvious bet.
Yeah, that would have been good. That would have been good.
His dad's gonna have 50,000 points.
Yeah.
His dad's gonna be the greatest scorer of all time, and he can't get a bucket.
I'm thinking about throwing out prop bet for baseball MVP. Could you imagine if Junior Caminero got the MVP? What are the odds against it? Because
he's looking good.
He had first 2 at bats yesterday, home runs, boom, boom, like
Back to back.
Yeah,
Runs,
so he's going to be
but
a
he's
stud.
been doing that. He's been doing that all summer in the Dominican League. Yeah, he's been just smashing on pitchers all summer long.
So Tampa's back. That's the moral of the story. The Lightning are the best. The Rays look good. Our starting
look good.
Yeah, Bucks are, they've been good and they're going to get better.
The Bucks and Lightning have been good for quite a while now.
Well, the Lightning, they fell off a little bit. They fell off.
I mean, well, they're not winning Stanley Cups, but they're still pretty fucking good.
They're still a playoff team, but they're not. They're knocked out in the first round. We don't like that shit. Get out there and beat these people.
Yeah, I mean, the term Tampa Bay is only from 5 years ago.
Yeah, they're still good. Still pretty good.
I think this is a Rays year, dude. I really do. I think James put money on the Rays to win the World Series. And got good
Murray.
I did. James made fun of me for it.
Yeah, James was a coward.
That's right, pussy.
James was like, it's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to fucking happen.
Junior Caminero is plus 10,000 to win the MVP.
Boom! I'm putting that bet in, Daddy. I'm putting that bet in. Could you imagine?
Yeah, winning 10 grand on $1 bet.
I got James's debit card. He left it over here.
Bro, you cannot get blood from a stone, my friend. Good luck with that.
Oh, by the way, I'm not putting $1 on. I'm putting $5 on them because I want 50 fucking grand, man. That's gonna be so sexy. And then I'll get a life-size tattoo of him on my back. Just be great.
like the Steve-O tattoo. Just
Yeah, for real. Like he'll be my favorite player ever. I don't give a fuck.
Don't buy the jersey. No one buy the jersey. If you buy the jersey, it's going to turn out he's a murderer or something.
It's true. Yeah.
Like, just don't buy it.
So you have a
his
Wander
jersey.
Franco jersey? Is that what I'm hearing?
I
right
still
now?
see guys wearing those at games.
I learned that the hard way. I bought a Kellen Winslow jersey. I
Yeah.
think we've talked about this before.
Yeah, we have.
And
We've
then
talked
turned
about
out he was a rapist.
Yeah.
Not only a
Do
rapist,
not
but he
buy
liked to
a
jump off on the
Junior
team play.
Caminero jersey.
Yeah, he was like a fucking disgusting monster.
Did you hear about that? He would jack off on the team planes. Like he would put like a blanket over himself and watch porn and jerk off on the team plane. And he would sit like in an aisle by himself, but the other players knew what was going on, and everybody was like, that's fucking Winslow, dude. He likes to fucking jack off.
I was in the United States Marine Corps, and even that behavior was not tolerated amongst those animals.
What a crazy job that there's no HR
that's
department.
too much.
You get jerk off on a plane and no one. There was I think it was I can't remember who. I think it was Greg Hardy for the Cowboys back in the day.
What a psycho.
He would like pull his dick out and like put it on people's shoulders like a parrot. And like they would be like, "Stop that shit!
Stop it!"
But he was a fucking linebacker, so he beat the shit.
Well, he was like a real gangster. Also,
Yeah,
he had like
he's
a million
scary, but
guns
also like real gay.
yeah, but it's funny though when he went to UFC. I was so excited because I'm like, finally, he's gonna get his fucking ass kicked. Like, finally, like,
somebody's gonna suck his dick. Finally.
yeah, pull that dick out now, buddy boy. Yeah. So no, it's great. He was in the bare knuckle thing too. I watched him get knocked the fuck out in that too. The bare knuckle fighting, which is fun.
Documentary from back in the day.
No, it's a real league. It's owned by
the league now. Okay.
Yeah, like
I thought you were talking about like
McGregor
that
owns it.
Kimbo Slice documentary.
Oh,
and
yeah, I remember that.
They had
Yeah,
all
yeah,
those
yeah.
bare knuckle fights from like
in the
before,
backyard.
before
All-
YouTube.
all in
Motherfuckers getting knocked
Hialeah,
through
Florida.
fences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one dude fell on like a rusty pole.
You're like, this is violent, but the weather looks great.
So
I think I'm
pretty.
gonna move to Florida.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, the bare knuckle championship. I know a couple of the guys that fight here locally, and they're both champs. So it's pretty cool. I had them in on the radio, the FM show a couple years
I
back.
mean, how can you refuse?
Well, yeah, my buddy's like,
Yeah,
you want
they'll
to get a couple
punch
of
you in your
bare
face.
knuckle? No, I definitely wouldn't ever fuck with these guys. They came out. One of them came out to one of my comedy shows, and I was like, please let somebody heckle me tonight. You know what I mean? Like, let somebody really, because I'm going to talk so much shit. I'm going to try to start a fight because my buddy that's the best in the world at bare knuckle fighting is sitting right over here. And I'm like, did you just call this guy with the mullet a pussy? And be like, oh, now you're dead. There you go. So, yeah, that's what I need. I need enough
Fight
money.
milk.
Yeah, I need enough money to have a murderer.
Fight like a crow.
Just run 40 yards and start screaming.
Holy shit, dude.
That's that. If a bare knuckle fighter attacks me, I just scream and run into the night.
Not me, dude. I drop
So
to my
fast.
knees and I just start blowing.
4
them.
840.
That's your answer to everything, Johnny B.
Dude, it's about survival, dude. It's not easy out there.
I was just reading about that the other day. It's like it's fight, flight, or fawn.
Or suck their dicks.
Yeah, it's fight, flight, or fawn. The psychiatrist found that because it was always supposed to be the just fight or flight are our instincts, but fawn is actually the third one. So,
What a nice way of saying suck a guy's dick so you
yeah,
don't pound
you're
your head.
sucking guy's dick so you don't get beat up. Yeah, that's what fawning is. Yeah.
I'll spawn the shit out of
Well,
somebody.
it
if I
had to
have
be another F. It had to be another F for the paper to catch on.
Fillet.
You know? Fillet. I guess it could have been fillet.
I wouldn't just
God damn
fawn like a normal person, but if it's this guy's a world champion murdering fighter, I'm gonna have to fawn him in front of my family. You know?
Johnny doesn't fawn for just anybody, okay,
No.
guys? It has to be the most manliest of men.
If the guy's gonna murder me, I'd rather not have a permanent speech impediment. I'd rather just eat a lot of gum and cry once in a while. You know, that's what I'd rather have happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, I'm glad that was at the back end of the show. I think we should get out of here.
PSD, and
that's
that D
a
stands for
what a salty way to end the show.
Remember to follow us on all of our socials, guys. Subscribe on YouTube and Spotify. On Instagram, it's at John GS Planet, at Matt Fernandez World, at Johnny B Tampa, and at 3 Ugly Mugs. Good night. Let's get us out of here, James.
Come out and see a show. We'll fawn you.
Fawning. That's the name of the episode.